Hello heroes, welcome back to another video. My name is Candice Latham, and this channel is all about helping you defy the odds, build wealth, and think differently. Now, one way that I'm able to build wealth is by having a business. That's right, I am a creative entrepreneur. I created a company called the Latham Agency where we work with purpose-driven entrepreneurs to help them with their digital assets as well as the content for their brand. I don't talk too much about being a creative entrepreneur, but today I just wanted to do a video for any entrepreneurs out there who may be wondering, okay, Candice, I'm seeing a lot of content that's mostly geared towards if I have a 9-to-5, but if my income is a little bit inconsistent or if I have a business, how should I go about handling my finances? So today I just want to talk a little bit about how I handle my finances as a creative entrepreneur and how it's a little bit different versus if you have a 9-to-5. I became a full-time freelancer slash, business owner in January of 2017. And yeah, it's been a while. Time definitely flies by. It's so interesting, the things that, I was looking at one of my old journals yesterday, and there were so many things that I wrote down that I wanted. It's like, I deserve to live in a warm place. I deserve to leave my hometown. I deserve to be able to have a car and drive without fear. There was times where I was saying I wanted to pay off my student loan debt. And there was also times where I said I wanted to be a business owner, have my own business. And, it's just interesting that how we just keep living our life. And sometimes we forget about the things that we actually once prayed for, or the things that we actually once desired. And now you're doing the things that you wanted. So I think it's just important to keep in mind the things that you do desire and then create a plan to actually get you to be there. The biggest difference of having a 9-to-5 is that for sure that money is coming in every 2 weeks, or if you get paid once a month, every month, what set amount of money that you have coming in. But when you're an entrepreneur, you don't really know. I mean, you have an idea because you have your products and services, and you know how much those are, but you don't know for sure how much money is coming in. So all you know is your main bills that have to get paid. You know what your business expenses are, and you know how much you're going to have to put aside for taxes. But sometimes you're working with different clients that might not pay you on time, or you thought you were going to get this deal and then it fell through. So as an entrepreneur, sometimes your income is going up and down. So to prepare for those up and down months, it is great to have, if you do have an emergency savings. But also a thing that I started doing was on the months where I'm doing really well and I'm making more money, I try to put aside some of that money into a separate savings account just to keep it as my cushion. So the months where I'm not, making as much money as I thought I would, I can pull from that account. So that is my first tip that I have for you if you're an entrepreneur and, you have to deal with the ebbs and flows of entrepreneurship, then to create a cushion account. So the months that you make more money, you can pull from this account when, you didn't reach your income goals for that month. My next thing that is different is retirement, right? So now it's not like I don't have a 401k that I'm depending on for a company. I rolled that over into a rollover IRA, but what I did do is I signed up for a solo 401k. So I do have a solo 401k that I signed up for with Vanguard, and I put money aside each month. Well, I try to do each month, depending on how the month goes. I've been better at getting into a habit of setting a amount of money aside to make sure that I'm paying myself and not forgetting about my own retirement, because it is important as an entrepreneur to still be investing your money. So I have a solo 401k. So if you're an entrepreneur, that is one option for you to invest your money. Of course, there's a Roth IRA as well, but I have a Roth IRA and I also have a solo 401k. So you can look into that if you are interested in just learning how should you be investing as an entrepreneur. That is just the route that I chose. QuickBooks. So QuickBooks is a tool that I use, and I'll leave my link below if you are interested in using QuickBooks. But I love this tool. QuickBooks helps me stay on track, and it helps me not only stay on track with my business income, but it also keeps me on track on what are my business expenses each month. It helps me when I have to invoice my clients. I use QuickBooks to send invoices to them. It helps me keep track of, how much money I've made, how much money went out, and also helps me keep track of the taxes and how much I have to put aside. So it's really just keeps me organized, because when I didn't have QuickBooks, there's no way that I'm going to be able to remember, everything that I'm paying all the time. So it just helps me keep track, because when you don't keep track of things, it's easy to just forget, especially when it's time to do your taxes. You don't want to just wonder, okay, where did I even spend my money this year as a business owner? What did I pay for? How much money came in? And it just helps you really keep track. So if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have, something that keeps track of your expenses, your billing, you really need this tool because it's going to help you stay organized and just help you stay on top of your business finances. Having weekly money meetings with myself is extremely important, especially as an entrepreneur, just so that I know, okay, how much money did I make this month? What clients still have to pay me? So it's just good to keep track of those kinds of things so that there's no surprises, at the end of the month or, any other time. Once you've just set these money meetings with yourself, it's important especially as a business owner to just know what's going on with your finances so that you can just be aware and I think that will help release some anxiety. I didn't mention this in all the notes, but prayer is also a big thing for me. As a business owner, I feel like I've had to trust God even more because, there's some months where I'm like, okay, God, it's me and you. I don't know what's going to happen this month, but I trust that you're going to provide for my needs. And, God is so faithful. He listens, he answers, and he has been providing for me. He's been sending the right clients my way. He's been able to allow me to give quality results to my clients. He gives me new ideas for different packages and programs and services. And so I'm just extremely grateful. And so I feel like being an entrepreneur has definitely strengthened my faith and allowed me to just rely on God, even more than I was when I had a 9-to-5 and had that consistent money coming in. Taxes, I make sure that I'm putting aside, 30% of what I make after my business expenses and after my expenses are paid. So I put aside 30% of taxes in a separate savings account. And then when it's time for me to pay my taxes, I just have them sitting in this account. It's in a high yield savings account. That way it's also earning interest as well. But I keep that money in a separate savings account. So when it's, like I said, when it's time to pay, I can just pull from this account rather than, forgetting to put taxes aside. And then when taxes are due, I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I going to get this money? I think that's where a lot of, entrepreneurs and business owners mess up because they're not making sure, they're not having those monthly meetings with themselves. They're not using, a program to keep track of what's coming in, what's going out, or invoicing their clients. And then they're forgetting about to put aside a percentage of month for their taxes. So those are just some tips I wanted to give you guys. If you are an entrepreneur and you're just wondering, okay, how should I be handling my business finances? Like I said, I do have a company, the Latham Agency, where I work with purpose-driven business owners with their branding, helping them elevate their brand, their graphics, and their marketing. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're interested in, working together, I would love to work with you, chat more about your products and your business. So I'm going to leave the link for that where you can check it out below. And also at the Latham Agency YouTube channel, I talk more about different business and marketing tips. So if you're interested, you guys should definitely make sure that you're following me over there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. If you are an entrepreneur or you've wondered, how do entrepreneurs handle their finances? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, guys, I'm Candice Latham, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye, guys.